Alright, let's get one thing straight. They aren't officially married yet. But with news of their engagement making waves, a royal wedding is certainly on the horizon. And when it happens, you can bet the world's media will show you the picture-perfect moments. What they'll miss, though, is the real story. Because this won't be just a wedding. It will be a carefully orchestrated message from the heart of the royal family. A masterclass in control, optics, and the subtle unveiling of a new royal blueprint. Today, we're going to decode what that message will likely be, what it means for the future, and why this seemingly quiet country wedding could become one of the most significant royal events of the year. Hello and welcome. The news is out, and it's a moment many royal watchers have been waiting for. Peter Phillips, the late Queen Elizabeth II's eldest grandson, is engaged to his partner, NHS nurse Harriet Spurling. While no date has been set, speculation is already swirling that the couple will exchange vows in a private, intimate ceremony somewhere in the heart of the Cotswolds. But let's be honest, when it comes to the royal family, is anything ever truly private? Every detail, from the eventual guest list to the choice of church, is a calculated move. And make no mistake, when this wedding happens, the guest list will be a royal show of force. If we see the king and queen, the future king and queen, and a host of senior royals all gathered, what will that signal? Is it simply a family gathering, or a powerful statement of unity and a glimpse into the future of a slimmed-down monarchy? Today, we're not just reporting the news of an engagement. We're analyzing the future strategy. We'll look at the potential private nature of the ceremony, the symbolism of the guest list, the subtle details we might see in the fashion, and what it means for Peter Phillips to become the very first of Queen Elizabeth's grandchildren to remarry. This is the inside story of a wedding that will be far more than meets the eye. First, let's look at what we know and what we can reasonably expect. After their relationship became public, the couple is now reportedly engaged. The smart money is on the nuptials taking place somewhere like the historic All Saints Church in Kemble, Gloucestershire, a stone's throw from Princess Anne's Gackham Park estate, and King Charles's country home, Highgrove. Choosing a quaint parish church would be the first major signal. Unlike Peter's first wedding to Autumn Kelly, a grand affair at St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle with photos sold to a magazine. This would be deliberately low-key, personal, and rooted in the couple's lives. Harriet Spurling, reported to be a respected NHS nurse and writer, has connections to Gloucestershire. Choosing a local parish would feel deeply personal and grounded. Reports also suggest Harriet has a strong Christian faith, which would make the choice of an active parish church even more resonant. It's a safe bet that the bride and groom will be surrounded by their children. Peter's daughters, Savannah and Isla, and Harriet's daughter would almost certainly be part of the bridal party, showcasing a beautifully blended family. The reception will likely follow at Gackham Park, Princess Anne's sprawling estate, and Peter's childhood home. On the surface, it's the perfect, heartwarming story of a second chance at love. A quiet country affair for a non-working royal and his bride. But that, as you know, is never the full story. This brings us to the core of our analysis. This wedding won't just be a private family event. It's poised to be a masterclass in royal messaging. For months, the palace has been navigating a turbulent sea of public perception. What they need are moments of quiet strength and undeniable unity. This wedding is the perfect opportunity. Let's start with the most powerful potential statement, the guest list. If His Majesty King Charles III, alongside Queen Camilla, attends, their presence alone would elevate the event from a simple family wedding to an occasion of state significance. It would send a clear message. Family is the bedrock of this monarchy. It would be a visible act of support and affection for Princess Anne's son. But the real signifier of the future would be the presence of the Prince and Princess of Wales. If William and Catherine are there, front and center, it reinforces the image of a cohesive next generation. While the King and Queen represent the institution's present, the Waleses represent its future. Their attendance wouldn't be a given. It would be a strategic choice. Just as telling as who might be there is who likely won't be. It's doubtful the Duke and Duchess of Sussex would be on the guest list, a sad but perhaps unsurprising consequence of the transatlantic rift. Also probably absent, Prince Andrew. Sources would likely suggest his presence could cause an unnecessary distraction. These absences, whether by design or circumstance, would draw a firm line in the sand, reinforcing the core, working, united family that King Charles wants to project. It wouldn't be an oversight, it would be a curation. Now, let's move from the grand strategy to the subtle details, because that's where the royals truly shine. The bride, Harriet Sperling, will no doubt look elegant. She might choose a stunning gown by a cherished royal designer like Amelia Wickstead, perhaps with details nodding to a countryside setting. It would be modern and sophisticated, but appropriately understated for a second marriage. But the real talking point will be the tiara. Will Harriet wear one? And if so, which one? A spectacular vintage diamond tiara would be a hugely significant gesture. Imagine if she wore a piece with a profound connection to the monarchy's history. It would be a symbolic welcome into the heart of the family, linking her directly to the legacy of Peter's grandmother, the late Queen. It's a subtle but powerful way of saying, "You are one of us now." The floral arrangements will also likely carry hidden meanings. We can expect to see myrtle in Harriet's bouquet, a tradition for royal brides stretching back to Queen Victoria. We might also see lily of the valley, a direct and touching tribute to Queen Elizabeth II, as it was famous. Finally, let's talk about the narrative. The entire event will be a masterclass in control. By branding the wedding as private, the palace can manage expectations and sidestep the circus that often accompanies royal events. They'll likely allow for a trickle of information, confirming a date and location just enough to satisfy public interest without inviting a media frenzy. Choosing a small, remote church would make it physically difficult for a large press pack to gather, ensuring the images that emerge are the ones the family wants seen: smiling faces and a united front. Think about the contrast. Peter's first wedding involved a controversial magazine deal, reportedly worth £500,000. This wedding could not be more different. It will be discreet, tasteful, and entirely focused on family. This demonstrates a savvy understanding of public relations that has come to define the modern royals. They've learned that the best way to control the narrative is to keep things close and let the images of unity speak for themselves. If the king makes time for this on a day packed with other duties, it will be the ultimate power move. It won't just be about attending a wedding. It will be about being seen to attend it. The message will be clear. The strength of the family unit is paramount. This seemingly small, private wedding in the Gloucestershire countryside is set to be a powerful piece of royal theatre, played to perfection. So, as we look ahead to the wedding of Peter Phillips and Harriet Sperling, it's clear this will be so much more than a simple exchange of vows. It will be a picture of the monarchy that King Charles is building, one that's rooted in tradition but not afraid of modernity, values family above all else, and understands the power of a quiet, unified front. From the high-powered guest list we expect to see, to the potentially historic tiara she might wear, every element will be carefully chosen to project an image of strength and continuity. It will be a celebration of love, yes, but it will also be a strategic triumph. A reminder that even in a private moment, the royal family is always communicating. The wedding of Peter and Harriet won't be the end of a chapter. It will be the subtle, elegant beginning of a new one. But what do you think? Do you see this future wedding as a strategic show of unity, or simply a happy family occasion? What does it tell you about the future of this slimmed-down monarchy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy this kind of in-depth royal analysis, make sure you like and subscribe.